Welcome back. Welcome back. We're glad to have you back. Let me adjust this camera here. I hope you can see me good. Hope this. I'm not no cameraman, so I can't, you know, make it look all professional and stuff. But we do the best we can. Uh, my dog hear my voice out in the house. He's out there, or she's out there barking. So it's gonna be kind of hard a little bit for me to, you know, keep my thoughts clear. It seems like every time I start talking, she start barking. But that's okay because we're going to do a informative video for you today. We're going to hopefully help you out today and hopefully help myself out today. Uh, we're going to talk about uh, something that is very important that a lot of people don't really think about, and a lot of people do think about. And the one thing that uh, the ones that do think about it realize how important it is. What am I talking about? I'm talking about time with God. I'm talking about meditation and time with God. Making time with God. Now we live in an age and a time where there's a lot to do. A lot of distractions, a lot of uh, responsibilities, a lot of drama, a lot of issues, a lot of professional stuff going on, things we're doing at our job, before our job, overtime, that type of thing, family drama. I mean, I can just go on and on. And in the middle of that, it seems like it's hard to take time for God, to spend time with God. And it's not a waste of time. In fact, your time with God is the most important. It is time well spent. It is the most important time of your day. It is the most. It's more important than going to your job. It's more important than spending time with your wife or your husband. It's more important than spending time with your kids. Spending time with God is more important than anything. Spending time with God is your true uh, calling, your true nature, your true purpose is to be in God's bosom, to spend time with God, to connect with God. Now, I believe in Jesus Christ. I confess Jesus Christ. And, and we can get into this debate about saviors, you know, about who is the savior and all of that. But I'm telling you who I believe. And so when I go to God, I go to Him in the name of Jesus. And this is not some religious, this stuff you've been hearing all your life about somebody, oh, in the name of Jesus, all that stuff. No, I'm talking about a real relationship with God through Jesus. No playing around, no joking around, no putting on a show, no playing no games. But I'm talking about serious from the heart because God see the heart. He can see past your intentions. He can see past your motives. He can see past all the games. He can see past all the pretending. And he look right down in your heart. And he know if you real or not. So you can fool me. You can fool people down at the church. You can fool people in your neighborhood. You can even fool yourself. But you can't fool God. Because God looks at the heart. But we're gonna get into this. I know I seem kind of solemn today. It's possibly raining. It's early Sunday morning. It's kind of blah. But I'm okay. I feel all right. But I want to talk about your time with God, taking time with God. Now, I'm not here to try to tell you how to do that because everybody got their own way. Yeah, I'm not telling you how long you should do it. You got people out there trying to tell people you should do it this way, you should do it that way. But in reality, everybody's got their own way of spending time with God. Everybody's got their own way. And that's the good thing about spending time with God. That's the good thing about meditating, is that you develop your own way. You don't have to do it like I do it. You don't have to do it like, somebody else do it. Ask God, what is your way? What is the way that He has for you? But I do incorporate meditating, because meditating that's how you create the two-way conversation between God and you. Where it's not just where you go in there, you praying, and you doing all the talking. Meditating is where you shut up and listen for God's still voice deep down inside of you. It's called prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation. Pray and meditate. Some people just go in there and pray. They go in their prayer closet, or they set aside place, and then they go in there and they pray. And then as soon as they finish praying, they get up and walk out. No, I believe that you should meditate before you pray. Pray, talk to God. They call it prayer, but it's really just talking to God. You ain't got to be all, like you do when you be in front of people, being all that. Just talk to God. You ain't got to be all theatrical and all this other stuff. Just talk to God and just tell Him what's going on with you. Ask Him, tell Him your deepest, darkest secret. Tell Him your faults. Tell Him what your struggles are. He already know, but it's something about talking to God about it. It's something about just laying on His breast like John, just going to, and like Jesus, how when Jesus would finish His preaching and His healing ministry, and Jesus and His disciples would go to their spot, and they just lay around and talk. They just sit around and talk about different stuff. And I wish I could have been a fly on the wall or a little beetle on the ground and hear what Jesus. I mean, some of the conversations was recorded, but Jesus and the disciples sit around and talk about, I don't know, so many probably cosmic things that I mean, I could just wish I could have been one of the disciples, just laying there, probably late in the evening. They just sitting around, just talking about different stuff. How wonderful. Maybe they had built a fire or something out there. How wonderful, just have a conversation with God and talk to Him and ask Him some questions, and just be real with God and be real with yourself. And see, that's what meditation does. When you pray, shut up. After you pray, shut up and meditate. Sit back and just, take a deep breath and just and clear your mind, and you will see how God's voice, it'll be like far away at first. You know how somebody hollering at you from down the street, and it seems like they far away, and as they get closer, their voices get clearer. Because when they far away, you be like, "What? I can't hear you. You get closer. I can't hear you. What?" And as they get closer, you can hear exactly what they're saying. See, when you pray, and you pray constantly, and you have that open communication with God, and you meditate on the things of God, His voice go from being far away to being closer, and you can determine what God is trying to tell you. Some people be asking the question, why doesn't God talk to me? Why don't I hear God? Because you don't meditate. Meditate with a right heart. Meditate with a right mind. Meditate with right expectations to hear from God. I got all these voices in my head. How do I distinguish what's God and what's not? Because you have combined your prayer with your meditation. You got some people, these gurus, they just say meditate. When you meditate, you start hearing voices. You don't know who's talking to you. But when you incorporate your prayer to God through Jesus, when you incorporate your meditation and mix all that together with your prayer to God, you will be able to discern God's voice. Because I believe this: thoughts, ideas, all of that originate in the spirit realm. Because you ever ask yourself this question, where does a thought originate? Where does the idea originate? Just like consciousness, where does consciousness originate? Where does that originally come from? It didn't just bubble up out of nowhere, right? It came from somewhere. Your thought came from somewhere. Your idea came from somewhere. It came from the spirit realm. And when you dealing with spiritual things, you open the door to the spirit realm, whether you know it or not. And when you praying and you talking to God, you opening that door, but you opening the right door. If you just meditate and just go somewhere and listen to some music and meditate, you opening the door, all right, but you don't know what you opening the door to. Door number one, door number two, or door number three. Anything can open up to you. That's why you got to incorporate your prayer to God and your meditation together. You can't just meditate and not pray, and just like you shouldn't pray and not meditate. It's a two-way street. You got to pray, and then God speaks to you as you pray, before you pray, and after you pray. But prayer's got to be mixed in with that. It's kind of like gumbo. It's not gumbo till you add the okra. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about making some gumbo today. It's rainy and cold. It's a great day for some gumbo. I might even throw some shrimp in there. I don't know. My daughter, she in the next room. She probably heard that. She loves shrimp. Well, one of them do. I don't know about that one. I got three daughters, so I get them mixed up sometimes. Which one like what? But anyway, uh, I was gonna make some gumbo today, and maybe I don't know, throw some rice together and make some gumbo. And yeah, I was gonna do that. But anyway, back to meditating and praying. And what does it do? What does it do? It makes the quality of your life better. People think if I had a lot of money, the quality of my life, yeah, a certain part of it will, but it's not gonna bring you true happiness. I mean, it's okay to have money. I'm not telling you not to be well off and get money. Some people think, well, the reason why you talking against money? Because you must ain't got none. No, that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the true important things of life. Money is only one part of your life. Just like your husband and your wife and your children, your career. Those are different parts of your life. But what is the main part of your life? Is your relationship with God. As you talk to God, as you meditate on His Word, you meditate on His voice. Be careful what voices you listen to. Be careful what's coming into your head, because, like I said, thoughts and ideas originate in the spirit realm, and you got so many people thinking they heard from God because they sat around and a thought came in their head. And I'm not saying that they did or they didn't, but that's why I'm saying it's so important to incorporate prayer in your meditation and incorporate meditation in your prayer. And then ultimately, it's about having a relationship with God. If you got a relationship with God, the quality of your life will go through the roof. It ain't got nothing to do with money. It ain't got nothing to do with houses and cars and good jobs and all of that. The quality of your life will be beyond that. And then he says, not as the world gives, but as I give. The world gives you all that other stuff, but what God gives you is a quality of life like you wouldn't believe. And yes, meditate on His Word. Yes, meditate. I'm not one of those people that can just name off Bible scriptures like that. I do read my Bible and I do pray. But you got some people, they can uh, say Bible scripture and they sound very impressive. People get it, they're almost trying to impress you with how well they can, you know, uh, name out Bible scripture. But when you got the word in your heart, you know what's there and you know what's not there. You can sense what's there and what's not there. You know. And so what I really want to get across to y'all today is pray. Take time to pray. Don't care how busy you are. Don't care what's going on in your life. Don't care if you're having a great day or the most horrible day. Time with God is the most important time well spent. Don't think that it's a waste of time. In fact, it's just the opposite. Uh, it looks like I'm looking at the screen here. It keeps like cutting off, so y'all might be missing some words in here. But yes, y'all have to look over that. I don't know what's going on with it. I hope I get this recording. I have did recording and it would jump in and out for whatever reason. But I hope I got enough of the recording on here to where uh, y'all got the main part of the message, and that's meditating and praying together. Meditating and praying together. So it looks like I cut off there. So what I just said was meditating and praying together. So I'm cutting in and out. Please excuse that. I don't know what's going on, but I just want to just get that part out. If you got nothing else in this message, if I was cutting in and out real bad, and you didn't really get everything, get this: meditate and pray. Take time to meditate and pray together, or pray and meditate. Meditate first, pray, then meditate afterwards. And when you come out your prayer closet, you're going to feel like a whole new person. You're going to think like a whole new person. God's voice will be clear to you. Will you all of a sudden be a perfect person? Will you all of a sudden do everything just right? I doubt it. But what it does is it opens you up to hear from God all day long. God will. The thing is, we don't do everything perfect. But the good thing about having God in your life, He will convict you when you didn't do something right. When you told a lie, when you said something you shouldn't have said, when you treated somebody the way you shouldn't have treated them, when you should have gave to somebody but you looked past them. But when you got God in your life, His voice, you can hear it. You can hear it talking to you, by telling you to apologize, telling you to give to that person, telling you to say something nice to that person, telling you to speak to people when you walk past them. That's the Holy Spirit. Just, just, He's like a seed in your heart, blooming up, and it's going out into the world as you walk in love and peace, and you at peace with God. How wonderful that is to walk around your day and be at peace with God. When you're at peace with God, you're at peace with yourself. You got some people, they have this inner conflict all the time because they ain't spending no time with God. They ain't meditating on the things of God. They too worldly. They too caught up in the world. They are drunk with the cares of this life. Just like being drunk. Being drunk don't bring you no peace. It just bring you being drunk. Being drunk don't help you with your problems. Being drunk, being drunk really serves no purpose in your life. So why get drunk? I said something to somebody just then. I feel like somebody gonna hear that. They need to hear that. But why be drunk with the cares of this life? If you're gonna get drunk off the things of God. That will help you. And you will be serving, you will be living your purpose. We are solical beings. We are source energy. And you can choose where to plug your source in at. Where do you plug your source in? To the main source. You don't plug your source into things that are negative and that are not of God. They will drain you. They will drain your source energy. But you plug your source into the main source, that's God. Not only will He increase your energy, He will make it a better quality of energy, if there is such a thing. But I think some of you who have experienced God, who has been walking with God, some of you already pray and meditate, and you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I pray that you will do that. Pray and meditate together. And you watch to see how the quality of your life change. Watch and see how you able to make better decisions. Watch to see how you're able to say the right thing at the right time and do the right. Watch to see how you able to watch to see how you able to treat your husband and your wife right. Watch to see how you able to be a better parent to your kids. Watch and see. And again, I apologize for the cutting in and out. Don't know why I did that. Like I knew it was cutting in and out because I was looking at the screen. It kept saying not responding. So something going on with it. But like I said, I hope you got enough of this message to know what I was trying to say, and that God will bless you, God will help you, God will be with you at all times, and walk in the light of His Spirit. And one way to do that is prayer and meditation, and walking in love, standing in love vibration. Don't let them get you down in that anger. Don't let them get you down in frustration. Don't let them get you down in jealousy and being egotistical. Egotistical is egotistical. You thinking from your testicles. So stay in the high vibration of love. And one way to do that is by prayer and meditation. Don't pray and just not meditate. Don't meditate. Definitely don't meditate and not pray. Because when you meditate, you actually open yourself up to the spirit realm to come in and say stuff to you. So just pray and meditate. Amen. So thank God. I'll see you on another video. I may make another video later on today if I got time. And we'll just and see if I can do that after I eat my gumbo this evening. So amen. God bless. And just be blessed today. Amen.